What is up, Copy Squad? You've made it to part 4 of the Gary Halbert letter. This is our thrilling conclusion. If you have not watched episodes 1, 2, and 3 yet, I suggest you go back and do that. We covered the headline, the lead, the body copy, and now we're entering the close phase of this letter. This is a very unique kind of close. I actually don't know what we're selling until the very last couple sentences of this promo. I know it's a famous ad because I keep seeing people refer to it as the famous water ad, but man, things are different now. Like, I don't even know what the hell they're actually selling for real until like the very last line, and I'm not even 100% sure what it is they want me to do at the end either. I know they want me to call a number, but do they want me to invest? Maybe they're going to sell me on the phone, right? The letter is not very clear. Nowadays, you dedicate like a whole section to exactly what they're going to get, what they should do, blah, 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 and that's not in this. And it might have been for space, because I saw that, I think you wrote on that website that it ran in a magazine or something as a full page ad. So maybe they needed to do that for space. Another thing I noticed is I have issues reading. I can't read. So I'm reading this sales letter and I mess up like 100 words. Now, one of two things. And it might be a combination of both things. But one, I just can't read, all right? That was not actually one of the things in my brain. One, the text being so condensed, like not being able to break it by line for every single sentence like we do nowadays, may make it more difficult for me to read along and follow, which kind of explains why we do it the way we do it now. Since we have HTML pages that we can write for 75 billion pages and it doesn't cost a thing, we can do that now. We can space it out, so there's like this much space in between lines. So that's kind of a neat thing to look back. This was written in the 90s. Right? So it's crazy how much things have changed. So one, spacing seems to create an issue with legibility, being able to read it well. Literacy might have been a better word. So that I become illiterate. All right. Number two, now we have tools like the FK score, Flesch Kincaid, I think it's called, and you can use that on Microsoft Word. We have tools to measure the readability of copy, of any text. It's like in Microsoft Word. And you want to try to keep it at like a 6th grade level. Like you can test it, measure it, and see where you're at. You want to keep it at 6th grade or below. All right. And there were a couple words that I messed up. Like if you look at the last video, I think it was 3 times in a 10-minute video. I had no idea how the hell to pronounce a word. And like I say, it might have something to do with like the compression of the text. And I can't really, my eyes kind of like are working too hard and my brain can't think good. Might be something like that. Or it might be the fact that like these tools were not available to like sit there and like, okay, I'm gonna feed it through, I'm gonna check Microsoft Word and it'll just tell me what the reading level of this is. So it's kind of cool to see those differences between then and now. Again, I do think what's a big takeaway from this particular thing is I had no clue what the hell they were selling me. I guess you just had to be driven by intrigue, because I didn't even know there was an opportunity. And even when I reached the very last paragraph and they presented the opportunity, it was basically like, hey, call this thing or something like that. And I was like, but why? They never really said it. They said it to get more information. So I think that's really surprising to read. I don't want to give away the ending, but check it out. I think it's just a really cool thing. I'm glad I did this because I can definitely see how times have changed. And now that I've read this and the confusion that I experienced during reading this illustrates to me why we do things the way we do them now. It just makes so much sense because I was like, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? And maybe they were just limited by the technology of that day. So it's really cool to see that it's illustrated right in front of your face why we do the things we do. All right. With that, should I go ahead and throw in a smash like request already? All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you get into the video. Thanks so much for watching all 4 parts of this, and I'm happy to have you as a subscriber. Enjoyed the part 4 of the Gary Halbert series. One of the reasons Carl was able to create this amazing new filter is he owns the world distribution rights to something called sorbent media, which it turns out is very likely to be the best water filtration material on this planet. One of the reasons is it has a pore size of only 2 microns. Many water filters have pore size of 50 to 100 microns, which means that a much higher percentage of the toxic bad guys can't get through the filter. Plus, this material is so thin, you would unravel the amount of it compressed into this tiny, new, super effective filter. It would cover the surface area of 15,000 square feet. So here he's setting criteria. He's created the world in which an excellent filter exists, right? It has to be less than 50 to 100 microns. That way it's cutting edge, it's new, it's better. This filter also has ionic properties, which means it has the ability to chemically bond to violate. This filter also has ionic properties, which means it has the ability to chemically bond to volatile organic compounds often found in polluted water. In other words, it just reaches out and grabs them. They're another breed of disgusting toxic villains and holds them to the surface of the filter. The bottom line, water passed through this filter is equal to or even better than the water found in any bottled water you can buy anywhere in the world. Okay, so let's break this apart. So, is that machine always that loud? Okay. It's really loud. Okay, so breaking this apart. It says the material is so thin, you would have to unravel it. Okay, so this is like what it's made of, right? And he took a really cool fact about it and inserted it in here about how it would cover so much space. And then the next thing he kind of gets into is how it works. And then he does the bottom line, this line right here. It says the bottom line, this water is equal to or better than filtered, or equal to or better than bottled water. So this is a summary, which if you watch the other videos I've done with longer form copy, the summary line basically says, hey, all that's cool, but all you need to know is, okay, so that's kind of like the line, all you need to know is. Here he uses the line, the bottom line. The second bottom line, because the unique materials used to create this filter, it can be miniaturized to the size of a walnut and still purify an enormous amount of water. So what Seychelles Technologies now has ready to market is not water, it's a water bottle that purifies water. So now we have the product, right? We'll introduce the product here. It's plastic, about the same size as a bottle of Avion, Perrier, Arrowhead, or what have you. But the difference is the cap that goes on the bottle has an amazing ionic microfiltration device. It's a major trade secret attached to the bottom of it, and a small plastic straw going up through the top of the cap. Fill the bottle with water from almost any source, screw on the cap, and then you can sip through the straw and drink safe water from any location on Earth. The space-age water bottle retails for $29.95, and it will purify so much water that you can refill it more than 1,000 times. So we got a price here. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit and see if it's a price anchor. Describe what you get, and a lot of times what we have in newsletter industry is we'll show like images of the emails. We'll kind of explain what you'll be getting in the mail, what it'll look like, how quickly you can access it, and how to access it, that kind of stuff. Here he kind of goes into the physical aspects of this product because we're selling a physical product, it looks like. To get the same amount of pure water, assuming it is pure, by purchasing bottled water, you would have to spend approximately $1,700. Plus, you'd have to keep going back to the store over and over. This invention saves lives, has the potential of eradicating a significant percentage of human health problems. It is now being introduced on an emergency basis in Mexico, Argentina, China, Malaysia, Korea, India, and 11 other countries, and some very private market research indicates that in 1998, this product is literally going to swamp the US market. I don't know what that is, because I don't think he's selling a newsletter. So when he says this invention saves lives, he's actually made the product even bigger. He just keeps expanding the size of the demand and how it's like this is like proof that it works, right? All these countries are using it, so that's all the proof you need. Like if all these guys for their emergencies are using this, then it's very useful. This product is literally going to swamp the US market. Carl Palmer is extremely passionate about this invention because, as stated earlier, it can save lives and prevent an enormous amount of human misery. That's why he has chosen to work exclusively with S Technologies, who in turn have agreed not to become with any other projects so they can focus 100% on the production and marketing of this one item. S Technologies, located in Irvine, California, has enormous growth potential. They are passionately committed to producing and marketing Carl Palmer's amazing new invention as fast as their financing will allow them to expand. If you would like to have more information on this exciting company, you are welcome to call and leave your name and address with one of the secretaries at S Technologies. When you do that, you will be sent immediately and free of charge a videotape that features Carl Palmer explaining his invention and another man, Deshaun Burkich, CEO of S Technologies, giving an overview of the company and its plan for expansion. Here's the number. Okay, so at the end, this is truly the pitch, right? We're finally seeing it for the very first time. This is the pitch. You didn't even know what you were being sold until like the very last sentence of this promo, because you think for a minute that they're trying to sell you this $29.95 thing, but at no point in here do they offer you the chance to buy it, the water thing. Instead, what they do is they say, here's a number, call this number and get more information about this company, and you'll learn more. And then you can invest or something like that. And then what they're doing here is that kind of reinforces like more about the demand. And what this last little line here now is demand, right? And it's also urgency. It's going to swamp the U.S. market in 1998. I'm not sure exactly when this was written. Doesn't say. But yeah, so there we go. Let's see what comes next. Sincerely, Gary Halbert. P.S. Remember, email me at nosexgary@aol.com and tell me what you think about the ad and how you think it performed. Peace. No Sex Gary? Is that really what it says on the website? Is that a real email address, or did someone troll the website or something? Now I want to go check out the other letters and see if that's what it says at the bottom of all of them. Okay, so that's the whole letter, right? It's not a very long letter. And you can kind of see, sort of like Greg was saying when he commented on the Fountain of Youth video, is that there are a lot of similarities that where you're trying to basically hype up the demand for a product. And while you're doing that, you can't just say there's huge demand for this thing, because the natural inclination is to default to the alternative. So the alternative would be like, well, this won't work because there's an alternative that's better or easier or safer or faster. And you've got to sell out of that. And Gary spends almost this entire letter selling out of the alternative of tap water. And then he sells, for the next quarter of the letter, he sells out of bottled water, which is way too expensive and dumb and inefficient, etc., right? And then it isn't until these last couple paragraphs in this last sentence that you actually know what it is the hell he's trying to sell you. He wants you to call in and get more information about S Technologies. That's it. Alright, Copy Squad, that's all I've got for this one. If you would like to have a copy of this PDF, this one right here on my screen, and an entire swipe file. Let me show you my swipe file really quick. I have an entire swipe file right here of all the YouTube videos that I've done. If you would like a copy of that, you can just click the link below, kylethewriter.com/swipe, enter your email address, and you'll be able to get all this junk straight into your email box, and I will be updating it every time I do a video breakdown. So this PDF will immediately be going into this swipe file. Put it up there right now. No, don't organize it. God damn it. You can kind of see here on the margins the flow of the letter and how he organizes and structures it. So this is like a really good piece of reference material, and the different colors kind of help you kind of pick out parts that are important as well. If you would like that, I can send that straight to your email box. There's a link in the description. It says kylethewriter.com/swipe, and it'll ask for your email address. What that'll do is it'll give you access to my entire YouTube swipe file, which you can see right here. You'll see right at the top, Gary Halbert Water Purifier is today. And then here's what we did with Frank Kern's Convert book, the Fountain of Youth promo. Basically, all this stuff is right here, waiting for you for free. I know people charge thousands of dollars for stuff like this, but I'm giving it away for free. All I ask is that you subscribe. Smash like if you got anything out of this video. Definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I usually just do a live stream when I have time, and if you don't have the bell and all that stuff going on, then you'll miss the stream. I like to do live streams also, so people can like comment and ask questions and stuff like that. You're free to leave questions in the comments below. What else do you got to do in a sign-off? Like, share, subscribe, right? So, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one.